like public political protests or rallies. I remember the first time I was here, I saw.
Hi.
Hi,
Can I ask your name and where you're from?
Danny from America.
I'm Selena, also from America.
And I'm Jacob from America. We all came here together from Missouri.
Do you know anything about samurai or like this kind of festival?
Not really.
No, not much.
Do you know any like Japanese traditional culture like this?
Yeah, I studied at Sophia University, so I took a course on Buddhism and Shinto in Japan, but I don't know anything about samurai specifically.
Oh, so you were exchange student.
Yes.
You two are.
We've never been to Japan, and we came because he knew a little bit about Japan to help teach us and show us around. Yeah.
Is there any difference before you come to Japan and after you come to Japan?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know more about Japan now. I mean, I didn't know much really.
We want to come back for sure.
Yeah,
Really?
we only got to stay for 1 week, but we're thinking about making another trip again sometime.
Yeah, today's actually our last day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We leave in a couple hours. So we're really glad that we found this just in time. We've been saying all day that we feel really lucky that we found this.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed a lot today.
Yeah,
did.
thanks. We did.
And is there any surprising things you had in Japan?
I was surprised that there's not a lot of public trash cans because in America there's trash cans everywhere, but there's also a lot of litter. And here
Yeah.
there's not very many public trash cans, but there's also no litter. So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, because Japanese people are taught not to trash.
Yeah, so are Americans, but they're
They
not
don't
as
listen.
nice.
Something that surprised me the first time, and again this time, is the public political protests or rallies. I remember the first time I was here, I saw there was a speaker for the Japanese Communist Party, as well as Japanese for Trump. And then this time when we went to Shibuya yesterday, there was a rally for Palestine and Sudan. And that always surprises me a bit to see in public, especially in very major metropolitan areas.
Is that not normal in America to do a protest or?
It's pretty normal. I think I just don't.
We were just surprised to see them protesting about things in America in Japan.
No, yeah.
Right.
So if you don't mind, I want to ask a few things about political things, but is it okay?
Yeah.
So we actually do a tour, and sometimes we talk with people from America, and they always say I hate Trump. How's the actual rate? How many people support Trump? How many percentage of people?
I think a lot of people who supported Trump are finally switching over against him. Are you familiar with the Epstein files?
Yeah, of course I know that.
Yeah, I think after that situation, a lot of people who supported him for years and years are finally switching over. None of us are supporters of Trump. We're pretty hard against him. But yeah, I think in America, the number of people who would still defend him is growing smaller and smaller.
Yeah. But there's more than I would expect still. And you'll see, I drove through Missouri to the south, and I found a Trump store where they sold only Trump things.
Yeah, red hat.
Yeah,
America
and
style.
all kinds of merchandise. So they're around, but I don't know who they are. Probably they're all way older than me and different demographics.
In Japan, speaking of political things, it's not usual things. It's sometimes taboo. So we were interested about talking this kind of topic with foreigners.
Yeah.
I think that's what surprised me about seeing political activism here, is because I was surprised people would share their opinions so openly, just based on my experience talking with other students I went to and Japanese people I met. I think most of the people in America who are still supporting him are people who are just afraid of change and just want America to stay the way it is. Yeah.
I read, this isn't exactly related to Trump, but I read a really interesting poll the other day about ICE. Are you familiar with what's going on in America and immigration and customs enforcement? It's a really big and very polarizing issue right now. and a woman was shot and killed by an ICE officer like a week or 2 weeks ago. And right after that happened, there was a poll that went out about like support for ICE, and it's almost exactly 50-50. And I think that's like probably pretty closely correlated with like support for Trump. So,
And also, like we went to the U.S. military basement in Japan, and we do a short interview, and in this channel. And at that video, like some Japanese people against with like U.S. Navy are in Japan. But how do you think about that? Because like, most Japanese people respect about having a U.S. basement in Japan, but some people doesn't like to be in America basement.
in general, I'm pretty anti-military. So I guess I would say that I'm not a huge fan of that. I think America's military presence across the globe is concerning, especially when they just renamed like the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Like that just doesn't look good, especially considering like America's history with global politics and instigating war.
Do you have any opinion about that?
I think that I mostly agree with them that it's strange how America is not only in Japan but all over the entire globe. It's like they're almost everywhere, and it's strange. You don't see this from like other countries.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit concerned about the level of influence and maybe even bullying from America on a global scale. I know right now Trump is threatening tariffs on countries in Europe that don't support like a takeover of Greenland. I also know that Canada just signed a massive trade deal with China. I think that it's possible we're heading towards like most countries siding with China and kind of excluding the US from trade deals and just not giving into that kind of, bullying anymore.
Yeah, I agree with bullying, and it really seems like we're not treating other countries with respect the way we should be.
I had the opportunity to meet a lot of different Japanese people during my time here, and I feel like it's always unfair the way that I think like in Western culture they're painted with a wide brush. I think a lot of Americans think of Japanese people as sort of a homogenous group that shares opinions, and everyone was very different personalities. There were lots of things that I found in common, but overall I felt like I found people who disagree with each other. I found people who like didn't get along with each other at all. I think the one thing that I found that applied to almost everyone was it usually shocked my Japanese friends a bit when I would ask them personal questions. I remember I asked one of my friends the meaning behind her name, and she said no one had ever asked her that before, and that was pretty shocking to me. But yeah, I think it's the main thing that I took away from that is there's just a difference in how like personal they're. Yeah.